gonna get everything brought up here.
Yep.
Let me move some stuff so it don't look as bad. I don't feel like a hoarder. Hope y'all are doing all right. My lord, at the papers. Randy Ireland gave us some Obsession TV koozies. I don't know if you got one.
No, I haven't got one yet.
There's several over here.
All right.
Let me get this computer brewing. Let's see here. Just thinking about it. YouTube. We've had a weird weather week here in South Carolina. It was freaking 44 degrees this morning. There we go. Got it. Come on.
You know, I took squirt to school this morning, and it seemed like it was warmer than what they said it was. I mean,
I flipped it to heat in the house last night. I remember waking up at, I don't know, 2, and I guess it was full blast because I was hot. But I walked out the door this morning and was like, good God. But we got our little archery challenge video out last Sunday. I think it looks pretty good.
You did get a couple targets backwards.
Somewhere, I think there was 2 targets where the target camera wasn't recording or something.
Gotcha.
And I seen it. I got a couple targets in and noticed it. So then I was like, well, screw it. I'll start at the last target because all I did was pair it up each record. You know, I started at the last target and then about a few in, it got mixed up again. So I know, like I said, there's 2 or 3. Our arrows were not the right arrow or something.
Yeah.
I think one you shot and it was Spartane's or vice versa, and one I shot was somebody's.
Yeah.
It worked, but
yeah, it worked.
Overall, I thought it was pretty fancy. And this Sunday we should have a video out on that new Sanlita Dragon Pro bow or whatever. We got it and played with it yesterday. It's the same bow, it just comes with a bunch of extra stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll chat on that. And then we got a Kiwi shoot most likely coming up. We'll record in a couple weeks. So we got all kind of different stuff. I still got bows videos to get out there on these primes and bears and arrows, and I thought about bumping it up to another video a week till we can semi catch up on stuff we kind of need to get done. Everybody, I know a bunch of people's asking me about the Nexus 4 video. I'll get it hopefully in the next month, get it done. So that's where we at. But let's see.
What's going on, Samuel?
What's up? We got a bunch of videos to get done. I want to finish those Black Eagle arrows. That's going to be several. Well, I don't even want to bring this up, but Chris Gunner helped us come up with the final stuff we need to do for our Broadhead testing, and our first candidate is going to be Tooth of the Arrow XL Broadheads. They sent us a pack to do on the video, 3 of them. So this will be our first candidate. We'll probably do a test video. Just, you know, this is how this is going to work, and then this will be our first official Broadhead. So like I said, we may have to ramp it up to a couple more videos a week till we get some more of this, get the bows knocked out and the arrows and broadheads.
Sorry,
and broadheads.
I don't know
The
that.
Alexa's.
Did you know Prime Day is coming soon? Would you like me to keep you updated?
Alexa's talking to us back here.
Mm.
No.
Okay.
What did y'all set off in here? Somebody's listening in.
Yep.
But anyway, so we got a bazillion videos to get done. Hopefully before midsummer. But
Timothy says, can't wait for the test videos. We doing alright.
yeah, doing good. Doing good.
At least some of that rain washed some of the pollen out, so maybe my sinuses will go back to normal, which I normally don't have sinus problems this time of year. Normally mine's in the fall, but it jumped on me this year.
Yeah, we doing good. But yeah, we got all kind of videos to get done. A lot of people's asked about more videos on the Samick sage and all that, and the Genesis bow. I don't think we've ever done one of the Genesis bows, so we'll probably have to get a few of them done. I got a whole list of stuff. We need to do a video a day for about 3 months.
What's up, Highland Homesteading, Muddy Duck, Dean?
What up? Let me think. Randy Ireland, I don't think he's on here. Obsession out. What is this thing called?
Obsession TV.
Okay, Obsession TV. He came by and we got TJ got his bow straightened out. There's his logo. So that was pretty cool. A couple days ago, he's got a YouTube channel. I think it's just Obsession TV.
I think so.
A lot of hunting videos, hogs and deer and that sort of thing. Check him out.
Yep.
He's about an hour from here. He's a cool guy, but he's from Maine, so he's got the weird accent. Christopher Gunter came and bought himself a prime bow. He's getting ready to shoot some 3D with us. Let me think. What else has happened? We got another China bow, a fake bone collector bow in there. Somebody dropped off that's all jacked up. TJ's been messing with it. The bushings in the cam are wore out and they're leaning, and it's a mess.
Yeah.
I don't really know who makes it. We just know it's a Chinese copy, but it is complete junk. I think all Chris needs now is to finish off the collection. He needs him he probably needs a 9, a 2. He needs to just go ahead and get the whole collection of bows that they offer.
Mm-hmm.
We did a little test, made sure he didn't get a divorce from his purchase. He didn't. I'd say he's got the green light.
Oh, Lord. We had the weird phone call yesterday in the shop.
Yeah, we did.
Somebody called and said they were from Texas and that somebody was using our number to try to commit fraud or something like that. And we're like, okay.
It kind of freaked me out because, like, if some hack, I even know there's that prank dial thing app you can download, and like I could put in TJ's number and call my grandma or whatever, and the caller ID says his number, but it's that prank dial thing. But anyway, I googled our shop number and all that. Nothing came up about whatever, so I'm hoping that was just a one-off. Maybe they had a wrong number deal or something. But that kind of worried me if some freaking scammer. Did y'all see where they had to pay $5 million in cryptocurrency to get the pipeline back from the hackers? That's a mess. It's a wild time we live in. Down here, our neck of the woods, we're having all this gas shortage mess. Hopefully it's over by the weekend or so. Recommend setting peak pie. For example, the total archery, which I knew we were going to be shooting out to 120, but a lot of 50 to 80 yard shots. I kind of got comfortable right around that 40, 45 yard mark, and then at 20 I was a little bit bunched up, and then at 100, 120 I'm kind of getting down there at the bottom of my jaw. But like on a field setup, 80 yards, that's how I used to do it. I'd kind of get a guesstimation, and then I'd round about 40 yards set it, because you don't want to get completely comfortable at 20 and then at 100 yards float below that jaw, so that's just my 2 cents. But I'd say, whatever you think the majority of your shots are going to be, somewhere in the middle there, kind of set it at that and then work with it from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Chris said if we run out of gas and work shuts down, he'll have to come buy some more. We'll come get you on the bicycle.
I'm just going to get me one of them converters off of Amazon that hooks up to the power wheels. Throw me a 48 volt drill battery in there.
Mm-hmm. You are welcome.
I can't remember what I set mine at on that.
I have screwed up before, and got it like at 20 perfect, and then we go shoot 3D and shoot like a 50, and I'm like, good. I'm fighting because I don't really have a solid what I'd call anchor point, and then I'm like, oh yeah.
I think I set mine at 40 or 45 this time on that bow. I can't remember.
I still got the same setup, Michael. I mean, if I had it to do over, I would have probably ran a lens, but by the time I finally got the bow set up, it was just too late because I'm used to a lens shooting 3D. Other than that, I don't think I would change anything.
I don't think I'd have changed anything on mine. And I mean, I know, like, I have two different bows, so that was my hunting bow, and that's the tack is geared more towards a hunting, situation and everything. So it worked out. Probably, I guess the biggest thing I wish I'd have done different was shot more at longer distances, like 80 out to 120.
Well, TJ kept saying, we ought to throw some 3D targets out here at 80 and 100 yards, and we did like 2 days beforehand. But yeah, we should have probably practiced. Here's the tack schedule, Muddy Ducks. They went to San Antonio, Texas first. Of course, about 2 weeks ago, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Then they're going Seven Springs, Pennsylvania. Terry Peak, South Dakota. Big Sky, Montana. Park City, Utah. Sunlight Mountain Resort, Colorado. Boyne Mountain, Michigan. Killington, Vermont. And that's it. So yeah, they travel around. Mostly, I think it started mainly out Midwest area, and then kind of slowly branched a little bit. But
I know whenever I first started reading about it, the closest was the South Dakota one.
But they do travel a little bit.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know that they could handle more dates, but I feel like they could double or triple their dates, and spread out even more, and it would be packed. But it's neat. You get online, schedule, you knock time, they call it, kind of like a tea time. Ours was 9?
Yeah.
We rolled up at 8:30, got our registration card, all our stuff. We'd already done it online. They give you a T-shirt, all that stuff. Got back to the car, unloaded our stuff, walked probably half a mile, and we were there 5 minutes to 9. And it's not like there was no line or anything, because there's 15-minute intervals. So the next group ahead of us was probably already on target 3 or 4. Now we caught them, but it wasn't. We didn't have to really wait. I mean, we caught up to them, but by the time we'd get there to them, they'd be going to the next one. So there was really no waiting at all.
I mean, and I actually like that part. That way, it keeps everything flowing. So you don't get bunched up. And I mean, I know there's big groups that shoot, and you can.
We did. Well, I'm sure they'd let us pass when we got to the top of this mountain or whatever, and we shot about 5-6 targets kind of around it. That's where the longest shots were at. But when we got around the backside, we looked over, and there was probably a group of a good 10 people.
Yeah.
And I don't know if 2 groups had combined, but that was probably a little too much of a group.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they would have split up or let us pass or whatever. What's going on, Eric? Chris, as far as brand new, somebody sent us broadheads. I've got some Tooth of the Arrow XLs, but then we've got a huge box of stuff people from on here have sent us that we're going to use as well. So I think once we get a month into it, I may start emailing a few, especially companies that we carry and spend a lot of money with type deal, and be like, hey, send us a free pack. We're going to make a video on it. And hopefully that'll kind of catch on, and we can just take them straight out of the pack, test them, that sort of thing is my plan.
Yeah.
And I really think, once we get 10 or a dozen videos done and people see, all right, this is what they're doing, this would be worth us sending them a free pack to advertise or whatever, we can probably start getting some stuff. But we probably got 20, 30 different broadheads people sent in, that we will play with.
Well, it was weird because they called just out of the blue one day.
Yeah.
And it was like, hey, we want to send you, I don't know how, I guess they might have seen a YouTube video of us mentioning it, but they said, we want to send you a pack of broadheads test. I was like, okay.
It's crazy, this YouTube, the people that came up behind us at Total Archery, they were like, we've seen y'all on YouTube. And I thought it was kind of funny. But anyway, that total archery. It was fun. It was a fun trip.
Yeah.
It worked out time wise. I mean, I guess it would have been nice to shoot another day. By the time we drug our feet and registered, most of Saturday was booked, but we ended up shooting Friday morning. We were done probably between 2 and 3. Came back, and then we were here in the shop Saturday because we had some people coming.
Eric, I mean, really the three that I'm going to throw out there, especially for, hunting side of it, would be the Vapor Trail Gen 7X, the Hampski Trinity Hunter, or the Hampski Primer. That would be the
I'm
three.
leaning more Hampski these days. I just feel like they're the most solid built. Some they may be a tad heavier because they're built like a tank, but they're solid. We have yet to have a problem with any Hampski. And then, I don't guess as far as bow problems, none of us had any issue at the Total Archery Challenge. We took all our usual wrenches and junk, but nothing happened. Let's see, Partain and his boy, I think, might have lost an arrow or 3, but we didn't do it. Yeah, we did good. So we got into the long. I meant to put this in the video because I think it'd be easy to get confused, but we got the long targets, and Charlie, the boy that was with us, he was scared about potentially losing some arrows because he didn't have a ton, so he shot. I gave him one of mine because I had 12.5 for a few targets there, and he did real good.
The Vapor Trail Gen 7, the Hampski Trinity Hunter run about the same price as $200, and then the Primer is $130.
Yeah, $130. We're waiting on some primers. They're back ordered. Everything's always, but it should be. I'd say I told a guy on the phone probably the next 2 weeks we'll have a couple of them in, and I think that's going to be a popular wrist.
Well, they took the Primer is they took a lot of the weight out. It's still based off of like the Trinities, but they took a lot of the, I ain't gonna say bulk out of it, but they kind of slimmed it down, lightened it up a little bit. So, I mean, from the ones we've sold and tuned and put on, they seem to be still real solid. I was talking to Adam the other day when he come by the shop with the Atlas, and he said the Yeti course, to him, he thought the Yeti, well, not Yeti, Yeti course was tougher than the Sitka.
Somebody else said that.
As far as the terrain, he said the shots, he said they were some steep angles, he said, but the terrain was way worse than Sitka. Because I think that's the only one that we hadn't shot.
Yeah, we may have to. Maybe next year we go 2 days and shoot that one, and then maybe prime again. That Sitka one though, which I guess if that was our first go at, now we'd be more prepared, and I was over prepared for the prime. I took about twice as much Gatorade as I needed in the end and all that, but I just wanted to go in with more than.
Well, it was one of them too. The weather was a little bit cooler than when we was there 2 years ago.
As far as stuff we toted, I don't know of anything I would really change. Because I mean, I had too many arrows, but I didn't want to not take. We had some boys, a couple groups back. They ran out of arrows. They lost all their stuff. But
yeah, I think the people that were behind us said that they had like 6 arrows and lost all 6 of them. I mean, granted, we took 12, and I think the first year I took 2 dozen.
Yeah, the Yeti course is 40 to 75 yards.
And I think I broke a couple, but this year I didn't lose any arrows. But still, I'd like to have 12 just to be on the safe side, because you don't know what can happen.
I mean, we could bump our side or bow fall off the stool or something like that, and then you miss 2 or 3 targets till you figure out what's going on. I didn't see this. In case of emergency, call. Here's a phone number.
Oh Lord, I didn't see that either.
The one thing I wish I would have done in the video, and I thought about it while we were shooting. I wish I'd have each target wrote down yardage and popped it up on the screen, because you can't really. I mean, you can see us shooting in the video I made, but you don't know that we're shooting 89 yards or 115 or whatever. So, but it's all good. Every year we kind of learn how to do it better.
Yeah.
Got some of the dead ringer broadheads. That's right. He won them at TAC.
Yeah.
We will do it.
Which, I mean, really, I think, what was it, like the first 3 targets, they was kind of close in, 40 and less.
They were close, and then I feel like we hung out at what? I feel like somewhere about 7, 8 targets in, we hung out at the same yardage there.
Right around 60 to 65 range is where I remember hanging around at.
And then once you pop out, and of course I call it the top of a mountain. It really, I don't guess you consider it a mountain, but you can see the mountains. You kind of up high, you can see down in the valley and all that. But that's where it gets like 115 and some long shots. And then, but overall, I was pretty happy with everything. Yeah, you gotta be cool and smooth at 115 yards.
Yeah.
Oh, might want to take 25 there.
I mean, and it's not like they put like an armadillo down there at 100 yards.
No,
it's a big target.
But hopefully they'll come back, I'm sure, next year, and we'll have at it again.
I wish they would add a couple more back this way some.
Yeah. For us, it's 5 hours, which going there, it's a different time zone, so you, I guess, gain an hour, and then you lose. But so it's not the end of the world trip, but it's on that verge of being a little far. But I feel like, I mean, if they had one in Asheville, or what else I don't know what else is really hilly, even more East Coast other than that, but
I mean,
anywhere up that way, Western North Carolina would be neat and a little bit closer.
Yeah, but I like it where it is because, we're right there at JD.
Yeah.
And, like you said, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg area.
That would be neat.
That way you could do
Today is Tyson's birthday. Can y'all all wish him a happy birthday? I wish I had a...
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday there, Tyson.
How old are you?
Yep. Now, look, we ain't singing happy birthday. You can. Oh, man. But...
No, it was good. It was good. They, I mean, really, this time around, it was... We kind of knew what to expect. That was the biggest part. That first time, we were just like running and gunning. 37. Happy birthday.
Yep. Let's see. I'm trying to think. What, they shooting IBO this weekend, ain't they?
I feel like I seen that. And then we got Kiwi Bowman next weekend. And then I don't remember what's after that.
I don't either.
I need to get a big group of local folk and go down to Bobby Brown like one Saturday evening, and we all just shoot. Hadn't been down there in forever, it feels like.
I think the last time I went down there, it was me, you, who else went?
I can't remember. Was it the one where Rodney got the ticket? And yeah.
Hot Rod and his brother.
Anthony went.
Shane met us down there.
And then got mad because he hadn't shot in a while. And I think that was the last time he shot.
If I remember right, we mainly hit them up on Sunday, and we try to get there at 8 o'clock to beat or a little bit before 8. That way we can be on the first couple ones on the ranges. That way, because they still do get backed up even on Sunday.
Yeah, I like early. Get it. For one, in summer it's cool, cooler, and then we usually take the camera stuff and we can get going and ahead of everybody and not bog down with all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think The poor fella last time didn't know what he was getting into. Can I shoot with y'all? I was like, you welcome to shoot with us, but we got all these cameras. Just know we're gonna be filming it.
Yeah.
I don't think he understood till we got on the target, and he was looking like, "What is going on here?
Yeah.
Are we on a reality show?"
And you wouldn't be surprised at how many people get camera shy whenever we do it. There's a few people that we've shot with that we videoed.
Well, and that's kind of used to. I just use my cell phone, and that works fine. But now it's according to where we go to what we use. But yeah, a lot of people, you start getting out other devices.
Yeah.
And they start freaking out.
Oh yeah.
So even though if we take a good group though, we'll kind of like me, TJ, and one other person get in it, and somebody that we know don't mind being filmed. I seen Brandon McDonald. He's one of my new favorite YouTube people. He's an archery type of fella, and he does other videos too, I think. But he punched himself with a I think it was a stand release.
Yeah, I think it might be the one where he was shooting the Matthews.
Yep.
Yeah, Brad. I don't see Brad Adams. He sent me that last night in an email, and I watched it, and I couldn't believe how far that bow bounced up.
Yeah, I seen it about 2 days ago. It popped up. I like him pretty good. I mean, I ain't watched a ton of his stuff, but I know like last year he bought like 5 or 10 bows and just told the truth. Like we tried to that one time and got all the death threats, but he just told the truth. This one's good. This one's bad.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. And so I kind of like him for that.
But it was
yeah, it was a perfect, the stand. And he said it was his fault. He's been shot a bunch through it and hadn't really, kept up with doing anything to it. But
well, that Brad was asking me last night what all he said. He was asking me because he said he shot it a bunch, hasn't maintained it, and he asked me what to normally do as far as maintenance on it. I mean, you really don't have to tear into it.
Yeah, I mean, I have oiled them before.
Yeah.
And if it gets rough, I have polished some stuff before, but that's not usually the case.
I mean, if you drop it in like some mud or sand or something like that, then or some water, then I'd say go ahead and take it apart and just kind of clean everything out. But you shouldn't have to tear into it to every 200, 300, 400 shots to clean it or anything.
But yeah, he's a good one that I can tell so far. I seen him last year, and then something popped up this year, and I subscribed to him, I think, and then he's had a few good ones out.
Yeah, I know it. He didn't knock no teeth out, but it left him a good cut right there where the thumb button got him. It looked like.
It hurts. You're not expecting it.
Yeah.
And then there ain't nowhere for that force to go but right there on your face somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that bow bounced all over the place. Yep. And now I've punched myself on accident. I've hit the trigger.
Yeah.
Particularly when I was trying to shoot that pinky trigger on the handheld release. I finally said next weekend, Chris. It'll be the 23rd, if I'm not mistaken. That's Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, it's Saturday and Sunday, but we'll have to go Sunday. But
I've done it before. At least when I've done it, I haven't done it with the actual thumb button, but a back tension I've done it and come close to popping the old mouth. And I did one time, and that's when I was like, okay, I ain't fooling with this.
I hadn't done it in quite a while, and I'm glad of it.
Yeah, I know, because it hurt.
But I don't think a lot of people understand the power behind the bow, whether it's that part of it or you got one pressed and it blows up, or you have a cracked limb, it'll be all right, and then it blows up.
Yeah.
There's some power there. People don't, until you experience it,
yeah,
you don't understand how careful you need to be.
And there's an arrow stuck in my bedroom door facing. Oh, Lord.
It happens.
It does.
My favorite story I can think of about that sort of situation was about 6 years ago. We had a guy that liked to tinker, and I mean really tinker with all this franken bowing and all that. And he had a bow he had rigged, and he sent it to me. I fooled with it. It blew up, and I'm like, listen, this is a lost cause. I'm gonna put the strings back on it. You need to just put this everything factory back on it and shoot this bow, because whatever you're trying to do here, this ain't gonna work. And I even put a note in the box: do not draw this bow like it is. Put your factory cams back on it. And I remember I was eating dinner, and I got texts and calls, and I looked, and it was him. I called him back, and he was like, there's a cam stuck in the drywall of my roof. And I was like, dude, what? I said, why did you shoot it? I was like, I pretty much, it was like, dummy, that's what you get. You know what I mean? But anyway, that was a mess. But yeah, he had a cam stuck in his roof.
I know who you're talking about too.
I ain't heard from him in a while.
Me neither.
A good while.
Yeah, I did do that, but that wasn't technically my fault. My D-loop broke on that one.
I ain't seen a good D-loop break in a while.
What was I doing? It was that Hoyt that I got. And I think, I can't remember if that release I was shooting in had a burr in it and it cut the D-loop a little bit, and I put a new one on, and I thought I had everything cinched down, and I mean, I was in the house, I was like, it's like, I've done this 100 times, and I've got just about where the daggone poundage comes into play, and the D-loop just come untied off the top, and it sent an air about halfway through the wall. What up, Brad?
What's up?
So I remember the next day I had to go to Lowe's and get a spackling kit. I spackled it and painted over it. Never even knew there was a hole there.
Now we're collecting holes in the shop. We got one in the back door and one in this door over here, and
one in the porch out front.
Yeah, TJ had that guy shoot the quiver off the wall.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's see here.
Yeah, Brad, we was just talking about him.
Yeah. Yeah. I like, before you got on here, I was saying I like his videos pretty good. I found him last year, but he seems like a good dude. I reckon we'll get off here. We've been on here about 30 minutes, and like I say, there should be the new Chinese bow video Sunday, that new Dragon Pro package deal, and then what else? Then we'll go to some more bow. We got the Kiwi video, then we got some bow videos and all kind of stuff. What so far on that package, just to let our closest friends in on it, it's the same bow. They send you what, arrows, a release,
arrows, case.
It's a bunch of extra crap, but we weighed the arrows, and there was freaking 80 grains of difference in a dozen arrows. So that might be alright for a kid, but that's pretty much a no-go.
Yeah.
And then the release is sort of junk, but again, it'd be good for a kid, maybe a beginner, but the arrows, I don't know about that.
You need to strap it on and shoot it through the dry fire, the firing line.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you.
Probably.
Oh no, it ain't even that. You just have to do it before we get out of here.
But we'll see how that. I was telling TJ earlier, I think the bow is probably worth it for the money, but probably not that package, not with that junk.
No.
But we'll see. I don't know. I hadn't really. All I've done is open it up and go through it. I did a little video. I hadn't put it together yet, but I did a little video last night of opening the box and getting all the stuff out. But
I would say, Dean, a low poundage, like maybe 25 at the max.
There's no spine on them, but they're real flexible. So I'm guessing they're a 500 spine. And I was telling TJ, I had looked on Amazon because some people had asked me about reviewing some of those cheap Amazon arrows. And about all you can find on Amazon from China is a 500 spine. So I just said, screw it. At least that was 6 months ago. But they feel like a 500 spine.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean the weight I think is there, but as far as like they're going, I don't know, on 70 pounds I'd be scared to shoot it.
Yeah.
But
Be nice if we had an old Hooter shooter. That way we could do it.
it'd be fun. It'd be like, here's our review. But anyway, so I think that's probably going. And it's weird because probably 8 out of the 12 arrows were within 5 grains or so of each other, and then there were some couple that were just way out there. And then I thought, well, maybe they sent us some different spines. There's no spine; it's the same markings on the arrows. And then I checked the tip weights. I don't know, but yeah. But I knew, like I say, I had some people asking. And I may still do it in the future. I don't know. Was any of those cheap Amazon arrows good? So I may order a few here and there and spin them and weigh them. But I got a feeling we're gonna run into the same thing of them being way off. And I mean, for a kid or something like that, it's probably fine. Like a
25 and under, I would say.
Yeah, like a 6-year-old, but not a. I mean, if I would imagine with that much, 40 yards, you'd have a major difference at that much weight. But anyway, that's just letting y'all in on the what we found so far. And in that video I recorded, I was weighing them, and I was like, this might be something to look into further. So I'm gonna probably do a couple videos on it because people seem to like those. I guess a lot of people have bought that bow or whatever, but. So we'll dive more into that in the next couple. I think me and TJ will probably take it out one day and do a video shooting it at like 50 or 80 or whatever yards just to see how it groups and all that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I know, like I say, the package, I hadn't been impressed. That Pro package I hadn't been impressed with from what I've seen.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll get off here and we'll see y'all, I guess, that Sunday video, and then we'll be back live next week. And whatever else we can come up with.
Yep.
Y'all have a good. What's going on, Devin?
Yep. What's up?
He's on here as we getting off. See y'all later.
See ya.